for their children's lives.
That was Melanie Scary Spice Brown blasting the father of her child, Eddie Murphy, for denying for so long that he is the daddy. Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight, TV's most provocative entertainment news show. I'm Brooke Anderson in New York. You know, Scary and Eddie are not the only couple involved in a knockdown, drag-out fight right now over their kids. And frankly, it's ridiculous that so many stars act so childish about their children who could be hurt by their parents airing their dirty laundry. With me tonight here in New York, clinical psychologist Dr. Judy Kuriansky, and from Miami, Judge Alex Farrar of the syndicated TV show Judge Alex. Good to see both of you. And you know, besides Melanie and Eddie and Brittany and K-Fed, who we were just talking about, Charlie Sheen has gone back to court demanding that his ex-wife Denise Richards allow him to spend more time with their two kids. Then you've got Lindsay Lohan's dad, Michael, who's alleging the boyfriend of his soon-to-be ex-wife Dina is acting inappropriately around their kids. I could go on and on and on, but guys, you know, this is only an hour show. Judge Alex, it seems to me that so many of these stars have no regard for how their actions will affect their kids.
You know, there certainly does seem that way. There's a saying in the court system that in criminal court you see bad people at their best, and in family court you see good people at their worst. And it's absolutely true. I don't know that I would isolate celebrities, because we all have neighbors and family and friends whose divorce rivals the War of the Roses, and then we also have family and friends who have a divorce that is handled with as much dignity as possible. Celebrities aren't that different, except that you throw them under a microscope. You have the media reporting everything that they say and they do, talking about it at the water cooler. You have tabloids that occasionally spin it to make it more sensational. It's just a recipe for disaster. But for every Charlie Sheen or Alec Baldwin divorce, you've got a Reese Witherspoon divorce where they act like mature adults and they try to keep their dirty laundry out of the media.
Yeah, keep things quiet, and that's got to be better for the kids. And I want to give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about and how it could affect the kids. The nasty fight between Lindsay Lohan's mother and father. Lindsay Lohan's little sister, 13-year-old Allie, and her brother, 11-year-old Dakota, still in school. They have friends. Dr. Judy, how can this not have lasting damage on them? This is not a normal childhood that they're living, is it?
Well, you're absolutely right, Brooke. It's not a normal childhood, but in a certain way, this can act in their favor. There are a lot of other kids who are going through divorce, so what happens with kids is that they develop some kind of support system with each other. They talk about it for sure in school, and when you're in the headlines as those kids, then the other kids are going to discuss it, but they also get to talk with other children going through the same thing. So that's in their favor, Brooke, that makes it not so disastrous. Of course it's not good, but it helps when there are other children talking, and it's important for the kids to really do that, for them to share with their friends.
Have those things in common and maybe help each other get through it.
Absolutely, they do.
Yeah, well, you know, right after Lindsay Lohan checked into rehab in July for the second time, her father, Michael, went on Larry King Live, and I want you to listen to what he said.
Everyone around Lindsay, especially her parents, have a direct bearing on her life. And I made some really stupid choices in my life. I made some mistakes. And I can definitely identify with what she's going through, because when I was torn from my family, I reacted the wrong way.
And guess what? That was not the only interview Michael Lohan did. In fact, it seems like he just cannot shut up. Judge Alex, wouldn't it be best if everybody just kept quiet, stopped airing, as you say, their dirty laundry over and over again?
Of course that would be best. In a perfect world, I think that we all acknowledge that divorce is one of the highest stress events in our lives. And generally, what I would tell parents when I was in family court was, you know, you have this hatred for each other, because some of them just flat out hate each other, and you want to take everything you can out on your spouse. And your legacy to your children is going to be that they're going to watch this relationship, and when they get older and they have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they're going to treat them the way they saw you treat your wife or your husband. And if that's what you want your children to have, when you're done 2 years from now and you finally have purged everything and you feel better, you can sit back and watch your children repeat your mistakes. And generally, if they open their eyes and they see that, they don't really want to put their children through it. But the reality is, they go out there, they talk to the media, they beat each other up. It's an ugly scene for everybody.
Well, I'm going to disagree with the judge just a little bit there from a psychological point of view, because when a parent admits a problem, publicly, when they are living as the Lowens in such a public scene, that is a whole lot better than them denying it or not admitting it. The kid can really then say, I can see that's a problem. And it sets a model, in fact, for the child to not deny their own problems when they have it. So that's a little bit of a saving grace.
You know what? You
I
both
would
make
agree with that in
terrific
private.
points. Unfortunately, we are
Not
out of
in
time,
media.
though I am going to have to end it there. Dr. Judy Kiriansky, Judge Alex Farrar, thank you both for
Thank
your
you,
insight.
Brooke.
Great points. All right, well, Kate Hudson, in the middle of working out custody for her 3-year-old son, Ryder. She's getting divorced from Black Crowes rocker Chris Robinson. And, you know, Kate's one of my favorite stars, always speaking her mind. And tonight she's saying some startling stuff about marriage and being faithful that I just can't believe. That's coming up next. And tonight's